bad. Reese's tower almost takes a kill on the Windrunner. Too bad AA's ulti couldn't have been a little bit more off center. He might not have hit as many heroes, but he would have gotten the kill, which in my opinion would have been a little bit more important and more effective. Warlock's just farming up. He's going for that quick Aghanims. Well, I mean, it's not really quick at this point, but it's nicely timed at this point. He rushed that Midas thinking that it would give him an advantage, and maybe it will later on, but for an item like Aghanims, I think, in my opinion, for Warlock, you want to get it basically as quick as possible. And that right there is almost 2,000 gold. So he would have most definitely had it. And he has it right now, but I think he could have gotten it like 4 or 5 minutes earlier than what he did. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes, because the Midas does give a very nice amount of gold. And it works every 100 seconds, right? Yeah. So maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Krob going for a Bloodstone. Does he have that Django too? Oh, he is so tank. He's going to be really, really tough for the other team to bring down. But the most important thing is that the other team has to bring him down. Oh, and a wasted Fatal Bonds on those creeps. Not able to get any of the heroes, and Krob's ulti just doing work on this AA. Blue able to pick off the Tide, probably just getting caught out of position by Krob's ulti. Warlock dropping his ult finally. Gonna deal some serious damage to the Krob, finish him off. Hopefully he might be able to get out to shatter the VS or the Windrunner, but no, it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. And the Windrunner and the VS are able to escape unscathed. I don't know what the Alchemist and the Witch Doctor are going to do here. They're going to be caught pretty much out of position. The Alchemist is still only level 10, so he still only has ulti at level 1. That's something they can do. Throw down a Windrunner power shot, but yikes, the Snakes is just really going out of position. Eat a creep. Well done. Nicely set up, but he doesn't have rage anymore. He's going to be stunned to death. Probably shouldn't be going after the Alchemist. Yeah, better to focus the VS, but to no avail. Here comes an ulti. This might be able to get 2 of them. Oh, too soon. Unlucky. If he had waited just a half a second longer, and I know those things are tough to aim, or like tough to hit accurately. Especially, like, I mean, I know it was just a straight distance, but he had no vision anymore, so it was a little bit tougher for him than normal to hit that. But as well as Tower Vision gives you vision, or Tower, like, True Sight gives you vision of the hero image that's traveling across the map, so it makes it a lot easier to dodge when you're doing it near towers. Let's do a quick creep count. Oh, boots of travel on the Alchemist. He went from no boots to just Speedy Gonzalez. That's really going to be super helpful for his farm. He's at 91 in OCS. Really nice. His supports really allowed him to be able to focus mainly on creep score and not really deal with denies or anything of that nature. And they also harassed the other team off his lane relatively well, and basically not gave him free farm, but really opened up his farming capacity. His farming. I don't know the wording for it, but they really just allowed him to make really good use out of his Goblin's Greed and really just capitalize on his items, i.e. the 16-minute Radiance. Warlock's ulti, all ultis for the Scourge are up except for Warlock's, but that'll be up in 10 seconds. And Sentinel wisely backs up. I think if they had engaged there, they would have lost pretty abysmally. Krove's ulti is down, was just finished, and would have been a little tough for them to contend with the crowd control of Scourge. Alchemist really nicely microing his images into the forest. He should have used his ulti and then gotten them. It's shocking how much of a difference his ulti makes, even on just images. He tanks a lot harder and can just farm a lot more effectively. He should have realized that what the timing was and pulled the creeps, but you can't really keep track of everything at once, so not really the biggest deal. Sentinel looking to throw a gank bottom, but they're seen by this ward. Hopefully the Scourge can do something with this. They're just sitting in there. They're at a really nice choke point right now, and I think that they should try to do something with this. But the Wave of Terror scouts them out, so they're able to back off. I think that the Scourge should have been a little bit more aggressive on that, and the Tide actually being extremely aggressive. If he gets that off, really nice. That Fatal Bonds is huge. Oh my god, Alchemist can't even pop his ulti, and just the entire team dies. This is the crowd control I was talking about. They really can't just do anything against this, and Nurseshaker's going to come up big. But so the Windrunner's going to come up even bigger. The Crobe still goes down, but allows the Crobe to get... I think he has Bloodstone. Yep, allows the Crobe to get a charge in his Bloodstone as well as experience. Making the most out of that. Though they're going to Rosh with these two Infernals, and I think they'll be able to do it. I might be mistaken, but I think, yeah, Rosh gets blocked in that, and so... I don't know why he's microing his Infernals away. They have like full HP, and the slow actually doesn't really do that much. The clap doesn't really do like hurt his like the melee units that badly. Oh, they should go on this. Go kill the Windrunner. Oh, never mind. I am not map aware at all. Finish off the Rosh. Yikes! Oh, that's so unfortunate. Windrunner getting a triple kill, and as well as the Alchemist coming up with both Aegis and Rosh Gold. That's really big plays for the Sentinel side. That's really just a complete turnaround for the Sentinel. I don't know if they bought back, but if they did, it was gold well spent. I mean, I can't stress how big that was. The Scourge just won a team fight using all of their ultis, which I don't know if that's allowed. Okay, no, that's good. There was a choke point, so it wasn't that wasn't illegal. But basically now, Scourge has nothing to contend with this team. Every single one of their ultis is down, and they are a heavily ult-dependent team. They're going to take this Rax no problem, and probably actually be able to go bot and take that. Tidehunter has no ulti. The Vengeful Spirit should really not be scared. They should roam bot and take mid and take bot before Krog's ulti vanishes. I mean, I know the other team's all back, but their ultis are down. They really can't do anything, and I think that the Sentinels kind of making a mistake with this decision. They have so much advantage right now, and I think they kind of just let that one pass. They're giving I mean, okay, Rax is really important because it allows your creeps to push and keep constant pressure on the other team. But that's actually not the main advantage of getting Rax. The main advantage of getting Rax is basically cutting your opponent's farm by like a third or something ridiculous like that. You go actually, it cuts down that lane's farming capacity, or that lane's farming the maximum amount of gold. Okay, if you lasted every single hero or every single creep in that lane with regular creeps as opposed to mega creeps, you gain 200% of the Christ, I'm explaining this horribly. I'm sorry. Basically, you get half as much gold from mega creeps than you do regular creeps. That really wasn't that difficult to explain. I'm just retarded, I guess. But that really hurts the Nakes and really helps out the Alchemist, because the Alchemist can just explode now compared to the Nakes, because the Nakes' farming capabilities are cut down by a third of a half, are cut down by 1/6 of what it should be. And that's really big. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot larger than what you think. Sentinel looking to take top tower, and I think that I think Scourge should engage on this. Krove's ulti is up. He has a Hood of Defiance and a Bloodstone, as well as Django. He's really tank. Orchids on the Illyria. I don't know why he went Orchids, since he's gonna just be stunned before they get there. I think Force Staff for positioning purposes would have been a lot better, especially with your VS, because you can swap and then you can push the VS out. That is against the rules. Tide Hunter trying to engage here. This is where Orchids actually comes in handy. But see, the thing about Alchemist is he's no matter what, he's gonna get his ulti off, just because of Kraken Shell. He should back up. Yeah, he's not gonna die. Really nice. This is the effectiveness of the crowd control. But the thing is, like you saw before, they just can't do anything after their ultis are gone, so they have to win these fights completely. And with Alchemist's ulti being down, he's most definitely going to die. Warlock slowing him really in a very large amount. Missed Crow missing that carry on Swarm, but not really that big of a deal. Both teams are going to back up and heal now. I mean, you saw the Earthshaker stunned, even though the Tide was getting targeted. And if they had brought down the Tide, that engagement probably would have went a lot differently, and very much so in the Sentinel's favor. But he was able to, and just by the nick, like the tip of the ulti, was he able to get those 3 heroes. But he was, and A's ulti was able to hit every single one of them and do some big things. So that fight definitely went in Scourge's favor, but like right now, Sentinel should be pushing. All of them have their ultis. They have Scourge has no mid racks. They have no outer towers. All they have left are their tier 3 towers, and every single one of their lanes is pushing. Instead, the VS is jungling, even though he has mana boots and Urn. Like that, what more does a VS need? I mean, he can go Aghanims, but they're at their most effective right now, except for the Alchemist maybe. He can get a heart and just kind of be a lot more devastating, but they should really be pushing and not farming. Because Nakes, in the end, does out-carry an Alchemist, and I actually disagree really a lot with Alchemist's choice of heart. Now that I think about it, Nakes is, Feast. In certain engagements, the Nakes is going to get really low HP, and then he's just going to open wounds to the Alchemist, and 4 hits and just be completely revived, because the Alchemist is going to be coming up with like 3,000 HP. I think that they smoked after the ward had already seen them. Not the biggest deal, but they definitely aren't able to gank the Nakes with that. VS already brought down very low, no Urn charges, which is a little bit unfortunate for him. Ooh, unlucky. Really, this AA is really just getting super unlucky with these ultis. And I disagree with the Ancient Django. I think he should go, like, Bracer, and then into Force Staff, and then Ancient Django. Especially since, like, you're against a Crobe, whose damage is done completely based on how close he is to you. Crobe's ulti is down, and almost every single one of Scourge's ultis are up. Only 10 seconds remaining on AA's ulti. I hope they're doing what I think they're doing in pushing. They don't even have the tier 1 tower at mid, so it should be an easy push, as well as being able to have all that crowd control that their team is clearly capable of. They should really be capitalizing right now, and I think that's what they're doing. Alchemist with no TP, though he does have a heart. That'll be really tricky for the other team right now. Nakes has a Deso. He should have gone AC. He really should have gone AC. That Nakes is going to tear a strip into that Alchemist. I don't care how good his ulti is at tanking. He's going to be at negative 1.6 armor, and that's just... He's going to get DPS down so hard, especially with Gush. Oh, the negative armor on that hero is going to be absurd. Crobe actually forcing them to TP back. I think they could have waited a little bit more, maybe done some damage there, especially since the Crobe is top. His ulti's down anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter, but I think they could have pushed it a little bit more and then TP'd in when the Crobe was out of position, but it doesn't matter really either. They wouldn't have gotten the tower, so it's not a big deal. But since the Crobe didn't have his ulti,